Hello there, everyone. Welcome to my universe. So, unfortunately, I am definitely sick, and it is not just allergies. My nose is so inflamed that I cannot breathe through it even when it is not clogged, and life is hard. But I still wanted to come on today and maybe do some stuff. Incidentally, I'm also messing around with sound again. So, you know, let me know how audio balance is, if you can hear me, if my voice sounds better or worse, or, I don't know, about the same as usual. I'm gonna scooch over just a little bit here. There we go. So, yeah, I just want to make everything sound as nice as possible, so let me know how I'm doing. The only way I'll know if anything is off is before I go and watch the VOD is if you tell me. So, there we go. Alright. So today might be a little bit of a short stream. I don't have very much energy, and everything is, it hurts. It's okay, you know, someday, I will stop finding new and exciting viruses in my system, and then I'll feel better. Winter is almost over, I believe. I believe. But yeah, last time I went ahead and I got my cute little crocodile shape that she's coming out of here. I think it looks alright. That's probably fine. And I guess I'll go ahead and start rendering her face here. Or should I do the arm first? Because her arm is a little bit in front. No, I want to do the face, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'm a little worried about doing such things when I'm feeling a bit under the weather, but you know, nothing ventured, nothing gained. Let's just do it, and I'll deal with anything that needs fixing up later. It's fine. So let's see. I think the hair is probably in place well enough that I should make sure that I like her face before I go and do that. I actually think that slight change in my workflow has been really effective. So I'm not gonna totally smooth it all out, but I do want to make sure that everything is where I want it to be and that everything feels proportionate so that this way I don't have to be squiggling the hair around afterwards. But so far, you know, so far so good. I think it's all good. Let's see, I think I actually want the apex of the eyes here to be a little bit further to the corners. So let's pull that over. This way I can make it look a little angrier and a little more mischievous there. They're gonna go down a bit harder. Have a little bit more angry brow energy. Yeah, that's great. Okay. You know, just a little. But I think I like that, and you know what, let's, I'm gonna go back and look at the structure of the hair just a little bit again, because it's tickling her nose, and I think it looks a bit weird. This is kind of also why I want to get the facial features in good spots. Because I do want... Oh, that's part of the pigtails, huh? Wait, what's going on here? Where... Did I somehow not click the layer? Man, I really am out of it. Anyway, you know, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Part of me was kind of tempted to just take today off and rest, because I'm having a bit of a hard time talking because I cannot breathe through my nose at all. And that's always rough, but you know, I kind of wanted to come on, work in the picture a little bit. I've already cut back to streaming 3 days a week, and if I surrender to the sickness and do absolutely nothing for a while, I'd never get anything done, and that would just be sad. Like, it's fine to have little stretches where maybe you don't get a lot done. Yeah, it's good to have breaks and whatnot, but lately the sickness has just been so relentless that literally, if I didn't try to do things during it, I would literally never do anything, and I'd get really bored. Let's see, right now, hair is kinda looking like toothpicks into her teeth. I'm thinking about how to fix that. I think I should do her mouth before I think too hard about fixing that, actually. Okay, so we're gonna hide the pigtails for a bit. She's just gonna be like this, I guess. I feel like there was a joke there, but I cannot think of what it is right now. Alright. I think I actually want to lower her eyes a little bit more and make her head a little bit more squishy. It's okay. If it starts melding into the teeth a little bit too hard, I'll just adjust the teeth. But I do think her eyes need to be a little bit closer to her nose. She's got a very squishy little face. Very cute and very squishy. I also think her eyes are a little bit far apart. See, this is exactly why I wanted to work on facial proportions before I went in and started doing the hair. Yeah, you know, I don't think I told the story of how I started doing this. This is one of those things I discovered on stream, where just having my pure stream of consciousness narrating everything that I'm doing, it's very useful. Extremely. It's been fantastic. And because it allowed me to notice that after I finished the hair, I always liked to get the hair done early because it's sitting there on top of the face, right? So once I knew where the hair is, I knew which areas I didn't have to render quite as thoroughly on the face. But I found that I was having to make lots of adjustments to the face after I finished rendering the hair, and then I'd have to go back and clean up the hair again. And that was terrible. Because hair takes a long time. It's very time consuming, and then, you know, I'd be basically doing it twice, and that's like a double time consuming, and why am I doing it like this? Yada yada yada. So I altered the process, and it's been working really well. I'm quite happy. So, you know, I render out the hair a little bit. I kind of focus a lot on the edge and getting the general shape of the hair that I want. And then I go back and fix facial features. So you can see here, I'm adjusting facial features. I wouldn't really have a strong feeling for where they're supposed to go if I didn't have the hair partially done. But the fact that I don't have it totally finished means that I can more sanely make adjustments. And get all of that looking the way I want it to, and it's great. It's been working really, really well, and I'm quite pleased. And I wouldn't have discovered it if I wasn't here recording myself all the time. Honestly, even if you don't stream, I think live recording yourself, not even just the built-in time-lapse like Krita and Clip Studio Paint that'll like record your brushstrokes and stuff, but like downloading OBS and literally recording yourself actually drawing and then going back and watching some of the footage, even if you speed it up a little. I think it can be very helpful, especially if you force yourself to talk while doing it. Just go a full stream of consciousness and you will discover so many things. I've likened it to the mental health advice of keeping a journal. I wasn't really a big believer in journaling until I started streaming art. But now I'm like, yeah, maybe it can be effective. I can actually believe it now. But I was highly skeptical of it before just seeing what, I don't know, rambling to myself on the internet managed to do for my art. So I think there's something there. I only keep journals in bursts. I'm really bad about doing it every day. And even when I did do it, I rarely talked about myself. It sounds weird, you know, journaling about your day and then never talking about yourself. That tends to be how I operate a lot. I feel like a lot of people like to talk about themselves, but I really don't, not even to myself. For me, it's a lot easier to talk about what I'm doing. I'm gonna hide the mask on the ribbon for just... No, I'm not. Okay, I lied. I'm not doing that. I was gonna say I'm gonna hide the masks just so that this way I have a better idea of where the hair is gonna be, but no, I changed my mind. I'm gonna do it like this. It's fine. Let's see, where's the middle of her eyes here? I think I have a bit too far toward the middle. Scooch them both over. Is this low enough? Let me go look at her portrait again. I have, or at least I did, have something off stream, but I don't see it anymore. Oh, there it is. I have a lot of tabs open, okay. But yeah, if you want to be learning about yourself, just go ramble to yourself like an insane person. And stuff will come up. It's very interesting. And for me, like I said, I very rarely talk about myself or my day. When I journal to myself, it's typically about what I'm doing. And half the time I end up just talking about characters, or, you know, my attempts to try to write things, what I thought went well in art, and what things I'd like and don't like, and occasionally ranting about a piece of media. Yeah, that happens sometimes. Okay, let me see. How do her bangs actually look here? Okay. Oh, wait, that's right. I was saying how long they are. They go below her eyes. So yeah, this is a good length. Okay. And let's see. I think that this long strand here needs to be thinner. Oh yeah, and sometimes I talk about how cute my kids are, because they are very cute. Some things that I'd like to do with them. Ooh, you know, speaking of that, because, you know, that they are super adorable, and me being the proud mom I am, I can talk about them a lot, but my older one has realized that Minecraft is an actual game. I guess, appropriate! We're talking about Minecraft while I'm drawing Nitya. But yes, she has realized it's a game, and, I told her about it. I asked her if she wanted to play it, and she said yes. So she wanted to give it a try, and I figured that she'd just get mad and quit after like 5 minutes, because, that tends to be how she is with anything that is even remotely challenging. But she's getting a lot better about these things. And so she played for a little bit, and we went on an adventure, and she was actually controlling it, not just having either, you know, her father or I do it all for her. She was walking around and jumping and doing the platforming, and at first we played on easy, and then we got ambushed by monsters, and terrible things happened, so we went to peaceful, where this way she could just kind of run around and explore without having to worry about things. But yes, we were having adventures, and I can tell that she's doing great, because we came across a village. Yes, we came across, you know, a village in Minecraft with lots of villagers, and she started wanting to break into their houses, you know, as you do. And she found a chest full of food in one, and she took it all very gleefully and was just laughing maniacally the whole time. It was beautiful. She was so excited that she was just able to steal all of the villagers' food. And I remember at one point, she was, I asked her if she wanted to take the gold nugget that was sitting in their inventory. She's like, nah, I'll let them keep their money. Pause. Dramatically. Nah, just kidding. And then she took everything. She even took the chest. Yep. It was very funny. And then at one point, she was digging down and just building a hole. and she couldn't get out, so she started just exploring the area. She found a neat underground river, and then drowned. She wasn't even really sad about it. It just happened. So she's been having a fun little adventures, and you know, I'm very happy to be part of it. She is so cute, man. So cute. Ridiculously cute. I'm just remembering that I wanted the hair to be swaying this way a little bit, so I need to adjust those angles just a little here. And I'm gonna take it a little bit slow today since I'm not feeling great, but well, we'll see how much I can get done. You know, like I said, at this point, if I just kept taking it easy forever and never did anything while I was sick, I'd never do anything. At this point, it's been so relentless that literally I would just never do anything, and then I would die in real life just from a raw boredom. But it's alright. Well, we'll just take it a little bit easy. Let myself be a little bit slow, it's fine. It's totally fine. Like, I was looking at Katya this morning, the drawing that I'm doing of her on the other stream, I guess, and no, everything's still wrong. It is what it is. This is why I'm really afraid to be rendering things right now, and why I just want to take it a little bit slow. I'm just gonna have to go back and look at that, but I'm noticing a few other drawing habits that I have thanks to narrating some of that and looking at art. So I can at least hopefully work some of that out, you know, get rid of some of my bad habits and draw things more nicely. It'll be great. Sometimes I feel like humans are just a work in progress their entire life, and you know, I'm pretty okay with this. Always sufficient, never complete. I think it's a good way to be. Keep seeking out new things and it'll be wonderful. Okay, but I think I have this all swaying a little bit better. I think I want this strand to be a little bit more like, we're really gonna twist it. Yeah, like that. Let's let her hair blow from the sheer force of her spinning. Sounds fantastic. Less so on this side because I do want to kind of keep the shape of her hair. That's just an anime thing. Alright, let's start building up the structure back up here again. It's kind of unfortunate how much of this I ended up having to redo, but it's okay. It's worth. I really did not like the old version of this. It's so much better now. And I have resolved myself as I continue drawing things to stop trying so dang hard. It's fine. Just draw nice pictures. It's cool. Okay, I need to blow my nose real quick. It's like... Yeah, sorry, give me just a moment. Okay, there we go. Still cannot breathe through my nose, which is unfortunate, but I don't know, I guess it feels a little bit better. I'll take it. Let's see, what's going on here? I want to fix like the shape of her jawline a little bit. I feel like it's sticking out. I don't know, can I do it without the hair on? No. Okay, that's fine. At this point, her hair is defining most of the top of her head, so I kind of need it there. Get this line straighter down here, and I don't know, I feel like her jaw's in the wrong place then. Let's move it back over this way just a tad, and we'll see how I feel about it in a few minutes. It's okay, if I need to look away from her face a little bit, I can do that. I can go work on her arms, and it'll be okay. I think part of this that's making it look weird is that smile is so ridiculously wide, it's like stabbing her eyes. And I like it like that. I think it's really funny. But it does mean that her jawline might be a little bit shaped funny. I don't know, can I get away with lowering the mouth a little? Okay, yeah, I can. That's cool. And with the way I'm talking today, it just reminds me of a conversation I had with my husband last night where we were watching an Ender Magnolia speedrun. And he was just commenting on how weird the music sounds now that he's not watching because he was used to watching my stream at ×2 speed. And, that everything just sounded really weird when it was slow. And then, he mentioned, that he had a second, so he was actually watching my Last Copy Kitty stream live instead of the VOD on ×2 speed. And said that I almost sounded like what was the term? Like a stoner Planckera, I guess, because I was apparently, since he was used to me talking faster on stream because he was watching it at ×2 speed, and you know that's kind of how I feel right now. It's just like, yeah, it's fine. Oh, well. We're just gonna chill out, not worry about anything today. Okay, I gotta hide her hair, unfortunately. I mean, I said that I wasn't really gonna be able to draw this with... not her entire face, just the hair. There we go. And that I wasn't really gonna be able to draw this with it off. I stand by that. But, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. I need to get the angle of the cheek. I want it, like, a very specific spot, and I can't get it with the hair on, because the hair covers part of it, and it's throwing me off. So here we go. Alright. Okay, and then I'll... Do I have all that angled correctly? I'm gonna actually hide the mouth for a second to see if I have her jawline correct relative to her eyes. It's quite close. I think her chin needs to be just a little bit to the left here. And I'm not going to worry about getting everything straight and smooth yet. It is not yet time. I will definitely not do that until the hair is done. But I do kind of want to have everything in roughly the right spot here. So it's going to come up here, and then it'll connect kind of into her ears and stuff from over here, and there we go. If I was gonna draw ears, this is where I'd put them. Then it'd be like ear or something, like right there. A little more. Okay, that should be okay. I might need to move the mouth around a little bit, but that's kind of to be expected. There we go. That should be good. Let's see if it looks good with the hair. And someday I'll give her eyebrows back. Don't worry about it. I think her hair needs to scooch. Okay, yes, that was entirely accurate, and now I need to scooch this end. And I continue to be eternally grateful that I did not try to render the hair before fixing her face. Because otherwise, yes, you can see, I would have had to, redo the hair again. And that would just be unfortunate. So I'm glad I don't have to. I don't really want the hair to be tickling the nose, though. That's okay. I think I can make this part just a little bit shorter and it'll still make sense. No, stop it. There. Alright, so I'll go get that hair a little bit shorter. It'll come up here. I think I'm even going to change the angle just a little bit. I just don't want it tickling her nose. We don't need delinquent Nitya to be sneezing here. I've had my hair tickle my nose before. It's really kind of terrible. It doesn't really happen anymore now that my hair is longer, but when it was still growing, especially back when I was growing out the bangs. Yeah. It sucks when your hair tickles your nose. About the only time it happens now is if there's a strong wind. Because at that point, the hair just goes everywhere. There ain't anything you can do about it. Okay. I've got to flip this. Because something still feels a bit off. Let me go look at what her forehead looks like. If anything, I actually had these bangs a little bit long, but I think what I'm actually seeing is the angles. Just need to like take this bottom part. I'll keep that strand there. It's fine. And we just gotta tilt it. Yeah, there we go. That's a bit better. See, it's all angles. I didn't actually realize I had the hair group selected there. Okay. Alright, so, I don't know, something like that. Is that better? I mean, it's a little better. I think I actually want to rotate the whole thing just a tad. And we're not going to worry about the little fragmented bits of head escaping containment over here. It doesn't matter. Don't worry about it. Here, I'm mostly trying to measure out the back of her head here, and trying to make sure that I'm satisfied with that. Because right now I'm not. So let's get that in there. I'm basically using the hair to represent the shape of her head at this point. This is dangerous to do, but I think it's fine in this case. Most of the time, I'd spend more time working on just the basic skull structure before I put the hair on, but you know, it's a bit late for that at this point, so I might as well just use the hair. It's fine. And I do have some things kind of defined down here that I can use to help me out. And you know what? I should allow myself curved lines here, just while I'm feeling out where everything is gonna go. And I should hide the ribbons for just a little bit. Until I am feeling comfortable with where the back of her head is. Because right now, I am not. I am not at all. Right now, it's sticking out quite a lot, isn't it? Oh yeah, there we go. That's a bit better. Then here, and I think I can probably have another little crazy strand just flying out there. Just to add a little bit more movement here and there. And I'll go ahead and just make them all curved for now. I my future self can go ahead and fix all the curves, but I think the me of the moment really needs them. I don't like this one. I think I want this one coming out a little bit less at like a right angle. We're gonna have a little bit more transition going on here. There we go. Yeah, that's a bit better. Then we'll just let the hair fly a bit, and it'll be great. Okay, so something like that. Okay, let me look at the side of her head. What's going on the side of the head here? I think I have her side hair a bit too long. Which means that the hair I just drew is also a bit too long. So let's bring that back up. I might have to draw her ears. It's a good thing they're cute. Because I don't like drawing ears. Okay, I'm gonna hide the hair for a second again. And I'm just gonna kind of revisit the shape of the skull. I guess I'll actually go ahead and draw it out. So we got a little bit coming up here into the forehead, and then it should come up like this. Once again, allowing myself to have curves. Just to make my life a little bit easier, because I understand this a little bit better than just raw straight lines everywhere. It's funny, because I actually do read straight lines a lot more easily. I think that's why, even when I'm not explicitly doing straight lines, my stuff tends to be a little bit more geometric. But having some curves there is nice. I even do curve some things that aren't really supposed to be, like necks and whatnot. That actually happens quite a lot. Which way does her ears point? Okay, so she's got happy elf ears. I guess they're not very long, so maybe they're more goblin-y. I can see it. But they're happy, so they're flat on the top. And then, and they point upward, as opposed to, you know, Katya's elf ears, which are droopy and sad, and they point downward. But no, Nitya's are happy, so they point upward. And they're flat on the top. Okay, and then hopefully once I have this bald head looking okay, I can actually put hair on it more sanely. This has just been trying not to redraw all the hair. Maybe I should just redraw all the hair. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think it mostly looks fine. I don't want to make a big decision like that right now. Might have to, but I'm gonna hold off until the last possible minute. Nah, it's fine. Okay. Let's get this back on her head a little bit more nicely, though, because, yeah, this side is, like, really big. Actually, if anything, I think I can just do this. Both sides were really big. We'll just squish this all onto her head a little bit better. It's okay, you know, it's something about the world feels wrong. That's the time to go and revisit structure. So let's fit this onto the head that I just drew. I don't think her Hoge up there is that big, so let's really shrink that down. God, I'm gonna have to fix so much stuff here. Oh well. It's fine, I can do that. I was hoping today would be a little bit less of a proportion nightmare and that I'd just be able to go in and render, but life is hard and sometimes things don't work. Okay, that should be better. Does it feel a little better? How does everything look proportionally here? That mouth is just so big. Maybe I should just make it a little bit smaller. I really like the big smile, though. Alright. Let's test it. Can I make things look better if I just make this mouth just a little bit smaller? Like, it doesn't have to be that much smaller, but maybe just a little. Yeah. I'm a little bit sad, but I think it's for the best. Gonna have this bottom part follow the angle of the eyes a little bit more closely. Okay, there we go. That should be good. And then I can fix the angle a little bit more manually. And I think I also would like to do a thing where I kind of bring in this side a little bit, leave a little bump like this. So I always think that that kind of thing helps just a little. Okay. I still have some adjustment on the eyes to do, though, because I feel like one is a little bit higher than the other. Oh, wrong layer. And I'll just try to adjust both of these together. Try to get them at a better height there. I don't mind if one looks a little bit bigger than the other. But I do kind of want them to be at an appropriate line here. I still gotta lower this guy a little bit. Am I gonna have to lessen the smile again? That would just be so sad. But I think I do. So I don't want to raise this side too much more. Okay, let's go lower the corner of the mouth just a little bit here. It's okay, it doesn't have to be a lot, just a little. There we go. Something like that I think should be good. Up here still doesn't feel quite right. I'm thinking about how to fix it. I think I know how to fix it. Just gonna pull things over just a little, and I think that should do it. And here I'm going to allow myself the curve. I'll figure out how to straighten it out later. There we go. I feel like that's sitting on her head a little bit better now. And that her face is looking a little bit more proportionate. I think her head's looking a bit small though. Let me turn the pigtails back on and see if that affects things. Well, this does tell me right away that I changed things quite a lot here by messing with things. So, you know, maybe it's not surprising that things feel that her head feels a little bit small now. See, the ribbons kind of sit on the top of her head, so I think that one should be like right about there. And now I'll just move the pigtails down a bit. Get those attached to her head again. You know, they make more sense when they are actually attached. There we go. I think that looks a bit better. Never mind that I accidentally ripped them to shreds. It's fine. I can fix it. Let's see here. Yeah, let's make the head a little bit bigger. Let's get that attached to her neck. Where should the neck kind of attach into? Like right there? It should come up kind of near her ear, right? That's how necks work. They kind of come up by your ear. Unless you're anime and you have like a twig neck like I do. See? It's very tiny. I mean, she's probably gonna have a bit of a twig neck too. Because she is also a cute anime girl, and I mean, look how little that little neck is. And then I just have to remember that the shoulder kind of comes up when you're swinging a baseball like that, so it should actually be overlapping her head just a little bit. I'm just trying to find the right place for it. I think right about there is probably fine. What did it look like before I did anything over there? Yeah, I think over here will be just a little bit better here. Okay. No, I changed my mind. I want it a little bit more the other way. I have like no sense of balance right now. Okay, I wanted to run to the head today, but I don't trust myself. I think I'm gonna go work on the baseball bat for a little bit, and then I might just end early because I feel sore and I'm slightly resisting the urge to nap. And that's just not a good way to be drawn, you know? Line tool. Today, I take it easy. Alright. So let's see, I kind of have everything facing like this angle. So I'm just gonna gradually get closer until I cut off the amount that I want here. Then I'm gonna do the same thing up here. And I'm gonna straighten out this entire thing. It'll be great. Oh, I have the wrong color. And things will look a little bit funny for a little bit, but I'll fix it, it's fine. And this should follow the angle of the baseball bat. I can't really see it, but I can see her hands, and that's enough. Alright. Okay, so I think this is fine. I'm gonna go ahead and move her hands, though. Where did I put those hands? Okay, it's just so that this way I can see the entire handle here. And let me go look here. The entire handle's black, right? Yeah, it's... Oh no, there's a little red spot at the bottom. But yes, it is basically entirely black. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do that now, so that this way it'll be obvious to me where the handle is. I'll just color that in. And then I want to take a look at, like, the red part here. I'm still not sure I have that shape good. So let's see, what does the red part look like? So it kind of goes out. Okay. So this is gonna kind of come up here. And this is gonna look weird until I fix it, but you know, don't worry about it. I'll fix it. And we're gonna get this kind of shape. God, I don't want to be going back and forth, but I don't see good references of the bat up on the internet. Okay, you know, here's one. Okay. So we go there, and I actually got this backwards. It goes down. And it's the bottom part that comes to a point like that. Okay, so something like this. And like I said, I still really don't like this shape. So I gotta keep trying until I like it. Like, I can't just leave things in a state that is just blatantly terrible. It'll bother me. God, but getting that angle... I want it to, like, follow the length of this. It should be roughly parallel. that might be fine. God, I just don't trust myself with anything today. Alright, I'm gonna... Rather than try to render and smooth things, and try to get all the angles right and stuff, I'm just gonna go ahead and... try to get the basic proportions here right. So I'm just gonna make sure that everything is shaped right, everything is about the thin and thickness that I want it to be. So I think that the handle here is looking pretty alright. I think I want it to be a little thinner at the top, a little bit more straight. And like I said, I'm not gonna try to get it perfect. That is a fool's errand at this point, and I'm just gonna kind of go over everything with that in mind. So I'm gonna clean things up a little bit, just everywhere. I think that's what I'm gonna do. And once I've done that, and I've finished kind of that cycle, I think that's where I will stop. So today is gonna be a short stream. I will at least make an hour, so yay. I think I can be happy with my progress today. It's maybe a bit less than I would have liked. But given how I'm feeling, I think it's okay, and I still tried to jigger my sound at the start or before stream today. I listened to yesterday's VOD, tried to adjust accordingly, and I'm hopeful that by maybe next week, that maybe I'll finally be happy with it again. I tend to go through phases when it comes to sound stuff. I've been deliberately trying to listen more closely to what other content creators on the internet sound like and comparing it to what I sound like and trying to find areas that just don't sound very good, and I think that's helped. Like, I think I'm having a better idea of what good sound versus bad sound sounds like. It's really hard. I am not very knowledgeable in that stuff. Like, I've never really had music training or anything. I know a lot of YouTubers are into music since Hollow Live was kind of the OG. And I am not. So I just don't know these things. And I've been having to learn a lot. But I have some idea now. I'm getting there. So I was able to mess with sound a little bit today. And that was along with everything else. And I still drew things, so it's really nice. I still do like being able to come on and draw things. I want to zoom in on this picture. Oh man, it's a video. Can I just get the picture? The still image. Okay, okay. Oh, this is an excellent shot of the bat. It doesn't get the bottom handle, but it gets everything else, and now I see how this is actually all connected. So no, this is wrong. It's not like heart-shaped. It goes up on both ends. Kind of has the Kamina glasses effect. Okay. It's kind of annoying that I have to do this on 2 layers, but it's for the best, I think. And we get something like this, with a couple little spiky parts coming out of the side here. And those will be gold. That's a bit too big. But yeah, something like that. And then I can go back over here and refine the shape a little bit more. Not gonna get it smooth, just correct looking. Make sure that everything is following the shapes that I wanted to have. Get those angles in there. Okay, so that's probably close for now. And then there's some gold parts. Am I using gold anywhere? No, so I'm gonna use her eye color. That works for me. That's close enough. I don't want to introduce a bunch of new colors. This isn't like a perfect diamond. It's, actually, you know what? I should lock the layer there. Okay. It's not a perfect diamond. It is very much skewed. So I've been looking at it to figure out how it's skewed. And I think it's kind of like this. Where does it connect on the other side? It's the corner. The corner of it goes, like, right there and stops. So I think it's something like that. And then there's this round thing in the middle, but I feel like this is backwards somehow. What the hell? Do I have the width of this bad? Yeah, I do. Okay. So this part is flatter than I was giving it credit for. I was having it go way up, way down, but no, it's actually quite flat. So with this going up there, and then this coming up here like that, that should be a little bit more accurate, and then I get the round red part in there. I think it needs to be a little bit bigger than that, the red part. Yeah. This still feels backwards somehow. Let's not worry about the red part. I'm just gonna make the entire thing yellow until it no longer feels backwards to me. Because, like, right now, this feels very square, and it's clearly a rectangle when I look at the reference, and the long side goes this way. Okay, and then I want this part coming down a little bit more, I think. Up into here. A little bit more of an extreme angle here. And that might let me get the right angle. I think that's probably pretty close. I don't know. It still feels a bit skewed, but I'm gonna call that good for now. I don't have the layer locked. Okay. There we go. So now we got all the black part in. And yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and fix all the colors through here. I'm not gonna worry about get everything smooth. Just gonna kind of plop some things in and it'll be great. And then next time I can worry about getting all the things right with the line tool and whatnot. Okay, so there should be no black up here. I think the heart... Okay, it's not going the right direction, but I think it's fine. The overall shape of it is okay. I just need to get it in the right spot and have it be the right size. It's a little bit big. Okay, and that should be close enough for now. Alright, let's get some spikes on there. I'm just gonna follow the design here and not worry about how this is turned. We got 2 on the top and 3 on the bottom. Being very lazy about it, but that's fine. I think it'll look correct. And that's what matters in the end. Okay, and then from there, they got one right here, facing more towards us, so it's going to be like a circle. We got one right here that's kind of facing towards us, so it'll be kind of like that. And then another one right here. And you know what? I think I want all of these to be a little bit bigger, so I'm going to try that again. But I have the right idea. And then when the time comes, there's going to be like shadows here and here, and then highlights here, here, and here. And that'll be how it looks. And then I'll probably want a big highlight kind of running down the length of the thing. So something like this. Nice, a big old metallic, a specular highlight, just kind of like that. So I'll go ahead and just kind of plop it in for now. We'll let it be fairly messy, it's all good. And I guess while I'm here, I will go ahead and put some of the black around the spikes that are around the edge here. I think I'll let this one sit a little bit more on top, but this one will go a little bit more behind. And we'll get something like that. And that should be okay. And then I know the handle itself has some spikes. So let's see if I can find a good shot of the handle. So this way I don't have to be scrolling back and forth, because I don't like scrolling back and forth on the canvas. I don't like that much. Alright. But yeah, this one's fairly straightforward. So we just take this and I think I'm gonna have to erase this when I go and work on the rest of the bat here. So, or the shape, I guess I should say, the shape of it all. So I'm not gonna try very hard right now. I'm just kinda gonna plop in roughly where I think things are gonna go, and it's gonna be like that. And then this little guy is gonna be behind. And that one I don't think is gonna be behind, so I'll just put his little base on that side. So there we go. I'll give her hands back. I guess she can have them back now. So yeah, that should be good. Big stretch. Do her arms feel a little bit long? I think they do. Just a little though, so not too bad. So I'll just slide this cuff up a little bit, and I will just adjust the arm accordingly. And then I can double check to make sure the pose still has the power it needs. Don't want this to be a little rink-a-dink swing. It's coming, and it's gonna hurt. Yeah. I still think it's a little bit much, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna rotate the hands just a little, kind of bring them down just a bit, and then I'm going to put the bat back into her hands. Once I remember where I put it. There it is. Cool, I think I can get behind this. Now her arm doesn't feel quite so long. I mean, I think her forearm is still a little bit long. That's alright. That's why I'm doing these adjustments now. I don't trust myself with proportions though, so... For all, we're gonna have to fix a bunch of things. It's okay. I want her hand to be just a little bit bigger. So I think that this is part of this, yeah. And then I just need to adjust the angle a little bit. Connect that back onto the hand. I'm actually gonna push this elbow back a little bit. Because like her forearm needs to be a little bit longer, but the other part of her arm needs to be a little bit shorter. So it's a little bit awkward. But something like that should do it, at least for now. Get rid of the excess, and there we go. Yeah, I think that's probably fine. And then at some point, what I'll want to do, I guess I could do that now. I'm just gonna take the whole thing here and just push it up with just a little here. This way we see a little bit of her arm coming toward her wrist. Okay. So I'm just gonna keep lightly refining some things here. Until things are kind of roughly in place. I think I still like the location of the sleeve cuff and the armband. I think that's all fine. But I think I will start getting the details of her outfit in now, so like these little ties on the sleeve and that kind of thing. I want to make sure all of those are in place. One moment, I got a cough. Good old annoying tickle in the throat. So I want to try to get the angle of this armband looking good. Right now I don't really feel like it's wrapping around her arm very well. So let's fix that. And like it's a little bit loose, so I want it to be bigger than the arm, so I'm actually gonna change that, what I just did there a little bit. Ooh, kinda... Yeah, I like that. Okay. I like having that little divot there. That makes it look like it's being folded in the middle. I think that's cool. So now I'm just trying to get the angles. Alright, I think that's good. Alright, then from there, let's see here. Let's get the bottom of the shirt right. Because with the way I have this hanging down, once I remember where the layer is, there it is. Okay. Because with the way I have this hanging down, I think we should see a little bit more right through there. I guess I can make it black. And what is going on under that arm? I'm not sure, so I'm gonna hide it. 'Cause that's kind of important. It's kind of important to know what's going on underneath there. Let's see, I want a little bit more of a solid look at how this is torn down here. I think we just have another little one kind of coming through there, but there's a part that goes up, kind of showing a little bit of under boob there. So I'll make sure that's in there. And let's get this arm a better thickness while I'm at it. Okay. Just kind of like that. I think that should be good. So now I think I can sanely put in some of her clothing details. So first thing, I would actually like to get this collar here. So it sits on top of her shoulders. Let's see, where do I have that layer? I think it's going to need to go on top of the arm, which is going to be interesting. I know I have it somewhere. Where is it? There it is. Let's get the color and just redraw this. So I think that I might need to actually move this to be on top of the arm, because I do think we get a little bit of it just sitting up here like this. I think it goes like this. And then down here, and actually the rest I think I just want to draw separately. So I'll make another layer for it. I don't think I want to attempt to outline the head when I don't have to. Actually, I should put it with the ribbon. Okay, there we go. So we'll have a part that goes down here. It'll sit on top of this shoulder. And gather kind of in the middle and go up. And it'll look a bit weird for a second. Let's see. Till I kind of figure it out structurally. So her neck is kind of behind her head here. We don't really see very much of it at this angle. So that would mean that the collar kind of opens up here. It goes up here. So that should look a little bit more correct. I'll add a little bit more of a push. Just right there. Okay, that should be fine. And then the little shapes. Run it across it. And I don't think we see them on this side. We mostly see the side on this one. Alright, let's put in the ribbon. I'm trying to think about how it would come out on this side, but I think I'm just going to keep it down here, where we only just see like a little bit of the corner of it flying out. I guess it'd actually be this way. You know what? In that case, I should just redraw the whole thing. Let's just do that. So it'll be coming out, and then we get the little part coming down here, and we'll get a shape like this. And I think that's all that's really needed for the ribbon. Okay, so I'm gonna head up to the cuffs. And I'm gonna add the little trim there. It's on the top. And we get little teeth marks at a little bit off to the side from the top of the arm, which is gonna be right here. So toward her. So here. Yeah, I was trying to figure out which side that they were on, and I find it easiest to measure such things, or is it going toward her or away from her? And in this case, you know, these little triangles, if you look at the very top of her arm here, which is the side on a front view, it goes towards her. So I drew it toward her. I am not going to attempt the kanji on the armband today. That does not seem like a good idea, but I will put the black lines around where they're gonna go. The kanji I will save for when everything is more smoothed out. We're just gonna get something like that. Let's see. Fortunately, her outfit is really not all that detailed. It's very, very simple. It's almost refreshing. Okay, I'll go ahead and I'll put the little part of the belt that we see on her skirt. We don't see a lot of it. But I'll go ahead and put in what we do see. I'm pretty sure I just put it directly on the skirt layer because, you know, there's not a lot to see here. Yeah, I sure did. And I think I'm gonna keep it that way. Okay. I'll go ahead and get the shape of her gloves as well. So they're mostly tight, but they have a little bit of flare coming out the edge there. Let's see if I can find a nice zoomed in shot. Where was that shot that I was using of the baseball bat? Because if I could find that again, that would be a fantastic. There it is. Okay. So it kind of goes in, it goes out very slightly. But then it's just mostly flat. So something just kind of like this. I don't feel like drawing figures right now, so I'm gonna say that my brick hands are fine. Let's see, they go up toward the fingers and then down. So it's just kind of like that. And then on this side, I don't think we see it at all. Okay, I think I got all the details here. Oh no, there's one more thing actually. I want to draw the back of the collar. So we have the little sailor suit collar there, and we see that this kind of goes back. So I kind of just want that to be flying outward and a shape like this. I think that'll make everything just look more dramatic, and, you know, more drama is better for the style. So there we go. Like, most of this is just gonna be black, but that's fine. I'll put in the details where they are, and I think that should be good. Let's see, is there anything else I feel like I'm missing? Ugh. I guess I'll turn her eyebrows back on. I turned them off while I was working on the hair, since they were kind of in the way. And I guess I could get all my other layers back on. Eyebrows got a little bit beat up here, but I guess that's fine. Alright, and yeah, let's get the head shadows back on. I'm not gonna do the blush yet, because I'm gonna have to completely redo that. That's fine. But I'll go ahead and plop head shadows back on, because they're just kind of like this. There we go. Fantastic. Get a little bit in her ears there. Okay, nice and easy. Yeah, I guess I'll plop in some of the black areas. I've been pretty light on it, but I'll just, I'll get a little bit of those things in there. Sounds good to me. Where's the arm? Let's just finish up the last little bits of composition here. Swap in where I think all the shadows and stuff are gonna go and which things are gonna get lost. I'll leave the armband like this. I think it looks good. Because the other option would be to like put half of it in black like this. Which admittedly I also think looks good, but no, I think I like the red. And we'll just be very quick and dirty about all this. Very quick and dirty. Let the hands kind of do what I expect them to be doing at that point. She will have fingers someday when I decide to draw them. Yes, indeed. Won't until then, but you know, someday I will go and draw the fingers. And it'll be great. Alright, where is that ribbon? Put a little bit of black through here. Then back to the top. Put a little bit through here. And the collar. A little bit through here. I'll have some going around the pattern as well. I should do that at all the things that have this pattern. And then I have to decide, do I wish to draw her tail? She feels kind of incomplete without it, so I think I will. Yeah, you know what, let's do it. It's gonna be a bit weird with the shape I got down there, but that's okay. I'll do it in solid black for now. She just feels a little incomplete without that big juicy tail. How do I want her to be swinging? Maybe up like this and then, go into kind of behind her. Make it like a little lightning bolt. I don't think that really makes sense, but I don't care. I think it'll look cool, so I'm gonna roll with it. Then I just need to plop in the details that'll make it actually look like her tail. So let's see, she's kind of got 2 rows of little spikes here. So let's plop those in. Gonna let this side go out a little bit more into the shadows. That should be fine. And we'll get little shapes like this, and I think that looks like her tail. And I don't think it really affects the composition at all, so I could keep it. Let's have this come out of her backside just a little bit more. Fix up those little spikes. Get them in the right spot relative to the thing I just drew. There we go. So something like that. Now that if I feel like it, I'm not sure if I'll feel like it, but I could even make it a little bit scaly. Like, I'm not sure I'm gonna make that work with how I have things, but I'll go ahead and try, I guess. something like that should be good. And then, this part here should be a little bit more black, and I could add the lines around the spikes. I think her tail's a bit important, so I want to add a few more details to it. I think this part is just gonna be black, but the rest, there we go. Got nice tail. It has a belt on it. Where do I want to put that? Maybe like right here. With the little buckle. Okay. And you know what? I think it needs to be a little bigger. I do. I think it needs to be just a little bit bigger. Okay, so, you know, just something like that. I think that'll look good when I actually render it out, make it look nice. So, I think at this point I have all the elements down. I'm not gonna put the ducky on her head, I don't think. I'm just gonna leave it like this. And I guess I'll put a few lines around the bat. I was avoiding doing that. But you know what? I did it everywhere else, so let's see what it looks like. No real reason to avoid it when I've done it literally everywhere else. I'm probably gonna make this line a little thicker at the end. I will not put a line around that white highlight though. It will get one around the heart though. And around this thing. So something like that, but yeah, I think that looks pretty all right. I think I could be happy with that. We'll see how I feel about it next week, but unfortunately, I just don't have a lot of art in me today. Being sick is the worst. I hate it. So I think this is basically where I'll leave it for today, and then, you know, next time we can start rendering out everything. And, hopefully I won't be sick. God, I hope so, because, like, I imagine it'll take me a little while to find out what I have here, and I just hope that my immune system now knows how to fight every virus in existence, and I can just beat them up before I get sick. Because that would be great. Not used to getting sick. Normally, I'm, like, sick for a few days, and normally I fight things off very fast, but it's just been a solid couple of months where I am just perpetually sick. And I've been having a bit of a rough time with that. So, well, here's hoping. But yeah, I think I gotta stop here. I am sore and tired, and my brain is not working at maximum capacity. So I don't really trust myself to render anything for now. So, just a short little stream today. I hope I can give you guys more next week. I'll go ahead and stop. So thank you all for coming, and I hope you're able to make something wonderful today. I will see you all next week on Friday with more Copy Kitty. We're reaching the end of hard mode. Hope to see you there.
you